probably one of the biggest ones in England, and you know, I mean, you can sort of put a lot of what you do on the continent to use here. And
Record, but slipped a bit last year. It was second last year, wasn't it?
No, we won this one last year. It was the year before we were second.
Good run, and been really enjoying it, and it's been nice to be world champion, to have gone to Germany and to have performed well.
Does he go through? He's got through to the front in that bottom bend, and there's problems. The best of the start, and it's Rob Wilson. No, it's not. It's Steve Wright that's got in front as they go into that first turn. It was very, very close going into that first bend. Oh, Rob deciding to go wide into this top bend. That should mean that he'll cut back underneath on the exit of the bend. You know, it was quicker going down that back straight last time. Line on this bottom bend. It's going to be a good scrap to the finish. Colin Blackburn has taken the lead as he comes past us. Sorted out of these. Colin Blackburn round the outside. He's gone very, very wide. Colin Blackburn sees him and responds to it. Start this time. So Peter Jones goes into that first bend, leading from, I was going to say, come round the line of the sidecar competition. It is those three that go to the front as they go into that first turn. Gary Jackson and Mick stays with the lead. Rob Wilson's right there with him though. Peter Jones has arrived up in third. Well, as you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day, and it's a fantastic location here for the Lincolnshire Poacher. It's called the National Lincolnshire Poacher. In the solo class, yes, Simon Wigg has returned. He had an outing here last year, and it's got to be said, perhaps few people didn't come along because they thought they had nobody to compete against. Well, he's certainly got some competition this year. We've got that undisputed champion, Kelvin Tatum, in fantastic form at the moment. He's been winning on the continent, and he's now come back to the UK to impress his own crowd. He's against Simon Wigg, Simon Cross, and last year's winner, Paul Fry. There's many others in the bunch as well. It could be anybody's this afternoon, but I think all eyes are going to be on those top three. Well, in the sidecar class, somebody on a high must be Mark Edwards. He's won the Dumbledon Dazzler last week. That was a little bit unexpected, but of course he is now on a high. Gary Jackson's not been putting in the performances that we sort of come to expect of him. Will today be his? He has such a terrific record with this event, and I know that he would love to win it yet again. Roger Mesa, always up there amongst the top runners, and so many victories in the past that he would love to win it, and he's certainly capable. It promises, I think, to be a fantastic meeting, and as you'll see once the racing gets started, it is a terrific venue here for the Lincolnshire Poacher, and I think 1996 we are going to see a fantastic event. Well, as I'm sure I'm going to mention a few times, there are so many riders that I really should be having a word with today, but of course I couldn't miss Simon Wigg. Simon, I've got to say first of all that we keep reading in the news that you're doing so well on the continent. Things obviously going well at the moment.
yeah, Jim, the whole season's, you know, I mean, there's times when it could be better, of course, but generally, you know, we're working towards the long track world final, and every week sort of going quite well, so things are going all right, yeah.
And compared to those continental circuits, do you find this different? I know you rode here last year.
No, I mean, it's not sort of that big as far as continental tracks go, but it's probably one of the biggest ones in England, and you know, I mean, you can sort of put a lot of what you do on the continent to use here, and I mean, I enjoyed the place immensely last year, and I'm sure Kelvin and Simon Cross and the rest of the boys are going to enjoy it as much as I did, so you know, I think it'll be a great day for everybody.
Well, indeed, you mentioned the guys that really, I think, on paper are going to be a competition, but you never quite know with the rest of the field. But it is fantastic to see those guys all coming and supporting the event, isn't it?
Well, that's right. You know, I mean, you do see a lot of bad press at times about riders not wanting to go to various places, but when you've got a track which is enjoyable to ride, really half the battle's over. And I don't think Reg Lambourne from the club here has an awful lot of trouble persuading the guys to come, because it is such a good track to ride. So that's half the battle, really.
Well, I agree, and it's fantastic to hear you say things like that, Simon. We're obviously looking forward to what I think is going to be a fabulous event. Wish you the best of luck.
Right, thank you.
As competitive as the solo class, I'm sure the Sidecars is going to be very, very hard to win. But one man who's got a very impressive record in the Sidecar class here at the Lincolnshire Poacher is, of course, Gary Jackson. Gary, terrific record, but slipped a bit last year. It was second last year, wasn't it?
No, we won this one last year. It was the year before we were second.
Right, I'll quickly correct that then, because you've won it twice. That was the bit I have got right. So that's it. It was a win, second, then a win, wasn't it? So last year you did get it.
That's right, won it last year, second year before, we won it in '93. Yeah, it's been a good event for us, this one. Track seemed to suit us, and yeah, it's hopefully the same again today.
Well, I must admit, I mean, I keep saying the venue itself looks absolutely fantastic. It suits your style of riding, I think. It's big, it's quick. So obviously a lot of the other competitors are going to be looking at what you're doing.
Yeah, we keep everything hidden now, as you have to. No, yeah, we get a good setup for here, which obviously helps, you know, and we ride it well, so we're hoping for good things.
Well, indeed, and obviously the weather's been favourable to us. Mick, obviously looking forward to a great day.
Yeah, we're looking forward to a very good day today. As you say, everything suits us. We've just got to do it on the day, make sure we get there in the end. So.
Absolutely, and I've got to push the question and say, where do you think the competition will come from?
Everybody who was there last week.
Well, indeed. I mean, it's a horrible question to ask, because obviously, you know, the competition in the sidecars at the moment is absolutely fantastic. But what I can say is I wish you both the best of luck, and you never know, we could be speaking up on that rostrum again.
Yeah, we hope so. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Well, indeed, to all of us in Grasstrack and Speedway, in the world of long track and European grass tracks, etc., I've got to say that Kelvin Sater, you must be, in our eyes, I think, the busiest rider around at the moment.
Yes, it is very busy this season. Generally, it's sort of one meeting after another, but I've got a good team of people, so we seem to be just about handling it.
Well, handling it indeed, and getting results, aren't you? Because I keep seeing on the continent that it's Kelvin Sater that's doing the winning. Yeah,
we've had a good run and been really enjoying it, and it's been nice to be world champion, to have gone to Germany and to have performed well.
And first time here at the Lincolnshire Poacher, your first impressions?
I haven't really had time for first impressions, but certainly the sun is shining and hopefully the track's good, and I would think that we can put on a real good show for everybody.
Well, certainly the general comments coming from other riders is that it rides well, it's a nice size, so yes, I think we are going to see some good racing, and everything going well for you at the moment, so certainly could be one title you could take.
Well, I hope so. You know, I come here to do well. I've got one or two things to try as well. So, but I'm looking forward to doing well. And just looking over the ropes there, it looks a nice shape and a good size track. So, looking forward to riding on it.
Excellent. We won't hold you up anymore, Kel. I know you want to get out desperately for practice. So, wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, there is, of course, one rider in the pits we had to have a word with, a man that's got a fantastic record with this Lincolnshire Poacher event. And of course, in 1994, you were second, Paul Fry, and then won it last year. Fantastic achievement.
Yeah, I obviously had a good start last year and passed Simon on the first bend, so yeah, I had a good meeting last year and a very good one the year before, yeah.
So can I take from that that this style of circuit suits your kind of riding?
I always do seem to do very well here, but I don't know, perhaps it's the ground, yeah, it could be just, it suits me, yeah.
Well, I can't help thinking that it's perhaps that they lay this circuit a little bit on the large side compared to our sort of standard grass tracks, and if I think to that 1,000-metre circuit that Aylesbury put on one year, you had a fantastic ride down there as well.
It's not standard, but it is a very good motor anyway. It's been brake tested, and yeah, it's quite powerful.
Well, it's excellent to hear, and of course you've touched on the subject. Some tough competition here today.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to have my work cut out definitely today. There's not just obviously Simon and Calvin, there's Simon Cross as well, so it's going to be still a hard field. There's still plenty of other good riders here, and you've still got to make the gate on them as well, so which isn't my best point, but we'll certainly have a go anyway.
Well, I'm sure you will, Paul, and of course we wish you the very best of luck, and you never know, it might be another one.
Cheers, Jim. Thanks.
Well, I've been saying that obviously the sidecar class is very competitive and it's going to be a tough one to win this afternoon, but certainly from the fans' point of view, one rider that's going to be there or thereabouts. Roger Misa, you've been out for practice already? How does it look?
It's very good. It's a little bit green at the moment, but it has all the hallmarks of having being a very good raceable track, I think.
Well, I must admit, the bit that shocked me a little bit looking out of practice was that there doesn't appear to be too much dust at the moment.
Well, no, I think that's because of the lushness of the grass. I think you'll find that when that comes off, a little bit of dust will rise, but they've been putting some water on, and hopefully that they'll lightly water it later on and keep the dust down to a minimum.
And I think you'll agree with me that the sidecar class at the moment, there's none of us that can really predict a winner looking at a class like this today.
Well, I think us old stagers are past their best. The youngsters are actually, i.e. Mark Edwards and co, are up at their best now. And so, no, you can't predict a winner. It's got to be down to the day, he who likes the track the best and he who tries the hardest. And I think you'll find Gary Jackson trying very hard, young Mark Edwards, as I've mentioned, and everybody else on the start line will be going just as hard.
Well, I agree, and obviously looking from the spectator's point of view, the circuit looks possibly a little bit bigger than we're used to with UK Grasstrack, but do you think that'll have an effect?
Well, yes, it's ideal for us because we've been going to the continent and finding these big circuits, and unfortunately they do spoil you. But Reg has got a really nice circuit here, size-wise. It's perfect. The dimensions between bends and straights are absolutely spot on, and I don't think that anybody can complain about the shape.
Oh, that's good to hear, and obviously I'm sure a lot of people are going to be pleased to hear that sort of reaction. Roger, of course, it's going to be all about who's best on the day. Maybe we'll be speaking to you later on.
I hope so. I'll wear my toupee if you do.
Thanks, Roger. So many of the sidecar crews I could speak to, and I've managed to get words with a few of them, but one I couldn't miss, a rider that had a fantastic win at Dumbledon last week, Mark Edwards. That really was a terrific ride last week.
Yeah, it was good because we came joint first the year before, so it was nice to run it outright. We had a bad day to start with, but the final just came right.
And I don't think you've been out for practice yet, have you?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. And obviously, what did you think of the circuit?
It's good, yeah, it's different. There's a bit of an undulation in the bottom turn and it makes it different. It's nice. You have to think a bit.
Excellent. Well, obviously we've been saying all along that the track looks as if it's set out perfectly. The entry couldn't be better. It promises to be a fantastic meeting, and one I'm sure that you'd love to win.
Yeah, I would, yeah. It's good prize money, which always helps. Yeah, I'd like to do it for Nick as well. It's one we haven't won. Let's go out and give it all we got.
Absolutely. And Nick, obviously things going well at the moment?
Yeah, nice track like you say today. Nice and big, good bends, bit of a dip at the top, but should be good racing like you say. A very good top field, so we're going to have a work cut out to get anywhere today, I think.
Well, that's excellent, and of course I think everybody's saying much the same thing. None of us really could predict who's going to win this afternoon in the sidecar class, but that equally means that it's open and anybody could possibly win it.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we're trying out some new carbs we still ain't quite got right. First practice seemed all right. We'll just find out as the day goes on, won't we?
We certainly will. We wish you all the best of luck.
Thanks so much, Jim.
Gaggle of riders got themselves together up at the front there. I can see Tony Atkins is one of them in the red leathers on the inside, but I'm sure you can recognise them quicker than I can, because if you look at your programmes you'll just be able to reference them from those numbers on the bike. I wonder where we've got our top stars. I can see that following them round, number 65 is Jason Wilby. He's near the front. I wonder as they get towards that top bend whether we can start to pick up one or two more of our top riders. John Wheatley riding number 9 this afternoon. Come across from the Midlands, of course, but now they're starting to come towards me. This is where it gets a little bit hectic because I should be able to recognise all of them. Number 53, Steve Holding, leading them, pleased I'm sure to be here. Phil Knowles. Number 72 is Kevin Teager, the Ipswich Speedway rider. Good to see him out on the grass track. Ricky Scarborough. There is Tony Atkins in those very distinctive white leathers, riding number 10. Number 87, unusual to see him on a solo machine, turned to sidecars this season. There's Rob Bradley, and it's good to see him. Mark Taylor, who rode well yesterday and comes into the programme for today's meeting. Number 9, John Wheatley, I mentioned earlier on, across from Nottingham. Number 55, now that's the Exeter Speedway rider that we're most interested in. Last year's winner, that's Paul Fry. Right with him, a late arrival to the circuit, number 14, Simon Cross, Cradley Speedway rider, and of course we're pleased to see him here this afternoon. Number 4, Peter Lloyd, I mentioned earlier on, and Peter having a very good season so far. Very distinctively able to spot the orange wheels on number 844, Vince Kinchin. A very experienced grass track performer, and one I'm sure a lot are here to see. Number 6 is Jeremy Doncaster, the Ipswich Speedway rider, and on his inside, number 11 is Colin Earl. A very, very spectacular rider. Number 19, Trevor Eden, up from Braunston. And number 60, one of these up-and-coming youngsters that we're seeing across the country, Scott Nichols, the Ipswich Speedway rider. Well, I shouldn't forget, of course, rider number 1, that's Kelvin Tatum. It mentioned in all the adverts that he's the 1995 World Long Track Champion. Let's not also forget that he is also the 1995 European Grass Track Champion. A very, very experienced rider. He was abroad last night, and one rider that rides continually against him on the Continental circuits, the last to come round for the parade of riders, number 25, a rider that you saw if you came here last year, and if you didn't, then if you should have done, but a rider that we can always talk for so long about. Simon Wigg, he was the World Long Track number 2 last year, lost out just to Kelvin Tatum. So what a spectacular sight that is to see the World Long Tracks 1 and 2 here. But such an impressive record, Simon Wigg, and of course a lot of people so pleased to see that he's not only come back to British grass tracks, but he's also riding for Exeter on the Speedway. Well, just picking up on 1 or 2 changes to the programme, which I'll give you in a few moments, as we're joined by the sidecar class. And I think it's worth me saying once again that I certainly couldn't predict who's going to win this event this afternoon. They're led out by Reg Blackburn, who really is the organiser of this event along with his team. And I'm surprised to see that Reg is also going to have a ride as well. That's number 26 with Paul Whitelam in the chair. Interesting crew coming past me. Number 10 is Steve and Gary Wright. Now, just to confuse you, what they've done is brought Gary out with the throttle in his hand and Steve on the back. That's not how they're going to race. Steve will be the driver and Gary will be the passenger. Now, Rob Wilson up from the Kent area, a very strong competitor with Tony Miles, followed by Robbie Wilson, Rob's son, passengered by Colin Hill. Then followed by Mark Edwards and Nick Waters, and quickly John Hiscock, of course, and Matt Street, riding number 184 this afternoon. Tim Bennett is on number 12 with passenger Steve Hargreaves. Number 149, Len Foreman and Terry Madeley. Number 51 is Roger Misa and Shane Lappel. The 303 is a rider that's been brought in from yesterday's meeting. That's Bob Bradley and Rob Walters. Number 13 is John Halsey and Jason Glennie. 111 is Pete Goodwin and Carl Pugh. All the little ticks down my list means that we've completed all our competitors. Now, I did mention that there is 1 or 2 changes to the programme, and if you'd like to turn to your list of competitors, I can give you those. As going past me is, well, I was going to say Alan and John Blewett, but I can't see Alan on there at all. But we've got John anyway coming round with machinery. I'm told that was another one of the Blewetts, that's David on there as well, so perhaps they're trying to get him interested in racing as well. So there you are, you've seen the competitors now, and you know that we have got a fantastic lineup. Now, I didn't ask you if you would turn to your list of competitors, because I mentioned there are 1 or 2 changes. His place will be taken by number 170, that's Mark Taylor. Number 34, Steve Bishop, also a non-starter. His place being taken by number 87, who is Rob Bradley. Now I'll go through those in a bit more detail down the bottom where you got the reserves, but just if you cross out the non-starters, number 76, also a non-starter, is Tony Dart. His place being taken by number 90, Ben Morby. Number 110, Steve Dorr, unfortunately injured in Germany, still in hospital over there. Number 110, Steve Dorr, obviously not taking part this afternoon. His place is taken by number 36, Brian Bagshaw. For coughing and spluttering, you may have noticed it if you were watching practice. So he's been allowed out. And I'm sure everybody in that pit box was watching to see what sort of dust comes off the back wheel of Gary's outfit. What sort of condition is the track in? Is it wet? Is it dry? Is he getting drive all the way around? And he's certainly gone very, very wide on that top bend. That'll be interesting to watch. Right on the inside pegs. Made the best of the starts. Trevor Banks has gone with him as they go into that. How do they negotiate this first bend? Simon Wigg in control, looks over his shoulder. He knows he's got some very fast riders out there with him. Trevor Banks it is that's in second place. Trevor Eden in third spot at the moment. Then the fight is on for that fourth, fifth and sixth place with a lot of riders together as they get used to the conditions in that fifth place. Up the back straight and still Simon Wigg setting the pace with Trevor Banks not that far away from them. So terrific start today for Simon Wigg. He comes past us for the second time and there's problems for Trevor Banks. That sounded horrendous when he went past us and you can see that he's just coasting to the pits. That really did sound horrible as he went past me. I don't think that was just a chain that had come off. That sounded a lot more serious. For Trevor Eden on that top end. Trevor Eden puts it down, so now the gap between Simon Wigg and the rest of the field is getting bigger and bigger. It's Tony Atkin that has moved up into second place now. And he's got a big, big gap between him and Simon Wigg. Oh, Simon comes off that top bend and he's going to see the checkered flag this time as he comes past us. That's his first ride and his first success this afternoon. Simon Wigg setting the pace through and he else to follow. Tony Atkins comes through for second place, Richard Empson takes third spot, and it is Steve Holding that takes fourth place. But a terrific start to the afternoon, and the first race of the 1996 Lincolnshire Poacher is won by Simon Wigg. And the official result reads as a win in race 1 for rider number 25, that's Simon Wigg. In second place, number 10 is Tony Atkin. In third place, number 141, that's Richard Empson. In fourth place, number 53, Steve Holding, and fifth place, number 27, Ricky Scarborough. Sixth place there, rider number 3, John Pepper, and seventh place, the only other finisher, number 72, Kevin Teager. The winning time, 125.77, 125.77. has flown out of that gate and he's got already 4 or 5 power from, I'm sure. But as he comes off that first bend, it is Kelvin Tatum that's setting the pace. Rider number 70 in second place is Clayton Williams that's trying to stay with him. Another rider that of course rides on the continents a great deal. Peter Lloyd is up in third place at the moment, trying to close down on Clayton Williams. Way out in Kelvin Tatum. He leads comfortably, I've got to say at the moment, from Clayton Williams in second, Peter Lloyd in third. Jason Handley is the rider that's up in fourth place and trying to close on Peter Lloyd. Oh, the second place is certainly not in place. Just one more lap to go, and I'm going to say now is what's that interesting time going to be compared to Simon Wigg. There's problems for Peter Lloyd as he pulls out near us. Colin Hill goes through into fourth place now. Still that battle there for that second place. First ride this afternoon, Kelvin Tatum takes race 2. Battle for second place is won by rider number 70, Clayton Williams. Jason Handley taking that third place. The win for rider number 1, that of course is Kelvin Tatum. In second place, rider number 70, that's Clayton Williams. In third place, number 95, Jason Handley. In fourth place, number 11, Colin Earl. Fifth place goes to number 86, that's Andy Rimmer. And sixth place, number 65, Jason Wilby. Seventh place, number 37. Eighth place, number 188. And ninth place, number 9. The winning time, 1:23.45. 1:23.45, so a little bit quicker than that race 1 time. But of course, this is so early in the day. Race 3, and this time we look for Simon Cross, Scott Nichols perhaps as they go down into that as they come off that first turn. Then we've got rider number 14, it is Simon Cross has got to the front. Scott Nichols is up there with him. Vince Kinchin goes through for third place. It was close into that bottom bend for third spot, but Vince Kinchin has won the battle. But on the far side, Simon Cross he goes up that back straight. Simon Cross, of course, the Gradley Speedway rider, pursued by number 60, Scott Nichols, who rides his Speedway with Ipswich at the moment. Vince Kinchin still there in third place. The gaps are starting to open though, and Simon Cross, I'm sure, will be after getting a comfortable time on race 1 and 2. That's all the way to the end. One more lap to go then for Simon Cross. Scott Nichols still there in second. Vince Kinchin has still maintained this third place. Adrian Stevens is the rider that's holding fourth up from Peterborough. But as we look to see that checkered flag being made ready, it is Simon Cross that's going to come round and take a race victory. His first ride this afternoon and his first race win. A win for rider number 14, that of course is Simon Cross. In second place, number 60, Scott Nichols. In third place, number 844, Vince Kinchin. Fourth place goes to number 51, Adrian Stevens. And fifth place, number 5, John Priest. In sixth place, number 16. And seventh place, number 21. The winning time, 1:22.40. 1:22.40, that's the quickest from the first 3 heats. It was 14, 60, 844, 51, 5, 16 and 21. Storm down that back straight, we're looking to see who's made the best of it. I'm looking perhaps off that first bend, it is the Ipswich straightaway rider, Jeremy Doncaster, that's got the lead, pursued very closely by number 55, Paul Fry. And of course, remind you that Paul was last year's winner and the holder of the Lincolnshire Poacher title. So I'm sure we're going to see a battle from these two as they pull away from the rest. Jeremy Doncaster with him as they come round that top end, and Paul Fry with a lot of effort gets very, very close to Jeremy Doncaster, and does he go through? He's got through to the front in that bottom bend, and there's problems perhaps for Jeremy Doncaster. He's slowed in that bottom bend. That was a terrific turn from Paul Fry. Up to the top end he goes. Already established on Jeremy Doncaster now in second spot. One more lap to go for Paul Fry. He really does love these big circuits, Paul Fry. Jeremy Doncaster looking content with that second place. And a good ride this from Mark Taylor, number 170. He's up in third place at the moment. Now Mark came in as a reserve for the meeting, which is a terrific ride from him. Perhaps that he should have been picked to come into the meeting in his own right. But as we see the checkered flag go, it's a great win for Paul Fry, number 55. Clearly leader Jeremy Doncaster takes second place. Mark Taylor takes third spot. And coming across the line for fourth, rider number 83, Phil Ashcroft, and a win for rider number 55. In second place, rider number 6 is of course Jeremy Doncaster, and I shouldn't forget to say that 55 is of course Paul Fry. A great win for Paul first time out. Second then, number 6, Jeremy Doncaster. In third, number 170, that's the replacement rider that came in, is Mark Taylor. In fourth spot is number 83, that's Phil Ashcroft. Fifth place, number 711, Darren Pugh. And sixth place, number 15, that's Philip Knowles. In seventh place was number 36, eighth place, number 90, ninth place, number 77. Your result then, 55, 6, 170, 83, 711, 15, 36, 90, 77, and the winning time, 123.50. Looking to see who's got the best of the starts, and it's Roger Mesa that's gone into that first turn. Peter Jones is up there in second place as he gets very, very close in that top end. John Halsey trying to find his way through in third place. As he goes down the back straight, it's Roger Mesa and Shane Lapham that have got the lead, and it's terrific to see Shane back in the capacity as sidecar passenger. Peter Jones in second place still, with Will Jones pasturing him. John Halsey desperately trying to get on terms with him. That's Robbie Wilson. Fourth place at the moment. There's all sorts of problems for Ivor Matthews at the moment. He's way down the field, but Roger Mesa has been allowed to get away. Now Robbie Wilson and Colin Hill still there in fourth place, trying desperately hard to get close to away from as he comes round that bottom bend. Into the last lap he goes this time. Still Peter Jones and Will Jones holding that second place. John Halsey and Jason Glennie not being able to close that gap at all. Robbie Wilson and Ivor Matthews still not able to close that fourth place. As they come towards the checker flag, it is Roger Wilson's first race victory this afternoon. First time out, he takes the win. A good ride from Peter Jones and Will Jones in second. John Halsey and Jason Glennie taking third, and Robbie Wilson hangs on to that fourth place. First of the sidecars this afternoon, and a race victory for outfit number 51, Roger Mesa and Shane Lapham. In second place, number 14, Peter Jones and Will Jones. In third place, number 13, John Halsey and Jason Glennie. In fourth place, number 27, Robbie Wilson and Colin Hill. And fifth place there, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Ian Weatherly. In 6th place, rider number 12. And the winning time, 1:42.51. 1:42.51, that winning time. This Heat 2 of the sidecar competition. Looking to see who's made the best of the starts, and it's Rob Wilson. No, it's not. It's Steve Wright that's got in front as they go into that first turn. It was very, very close going into that first bend. But Steve and Gary Wright Tony Miles up in second. Gary Jackson and Mick Stace in third at the moment. As they come into the bottom bend, it is still Steve and Gary Wright that lead. Gary looks over his shoulder. Wonders where the competition is going to come from. Rob Wilson and Tony Miles still there in second place. Gary Jackson, we get used to seeing rise some very wide lines. Starts to close up. Rob Wilson and Tony Miles getting closer and closer to Steve and Gary Wright. Looking for the gaps now as they come up past me. Oh, Rob deciding to go wide into this top bend. That should mean that he'll cut back underneath on the exit of the bend. You know it was quicker going down that back straight last time. Coming out of that bend. Some excellent, intelligent riding from Rob Wilson. He made the gap for himself, but Gary Wright and Steve Wright still desperately trying to come back at them. Well, Gary Jackson can see what's going on in front of him, and he knows there's a battle on. If there's any mistakes made, I'm sure he'll capitalise on it. And at the moment, it's still Steve Wright that's riding has allowed Gary Wright to get closer to him. Into the pit bend then for the last time as they come up towards the checkered flag. This is going to be a terrific victory to open his campaign for Rob Wilson and Tony Miles. Steve and Gary Wright hang on to second. Gary Jackson and Mick Stace in third. Terrific scrap for that fourth place. I'll have to wait for confirmation on who got the best of that. Race 6. That's only the second heat of sidecars this afternoon. I'm sure there's more to come. A great win for outfit number 24. That is, of course, Rob Wilson and Tony Miles. In second place, number 10, Steve and Gary Wright. In third place, number 23, Gary Jackson and Mick Stace. And fourth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Matt Sleep. Fifth place finisher there was the crew of number 8, Mark Edwards and Nick Walters, and sixth place, number 111, Pete Goodwin and Carl Pugh. The winning time was 1:43.80, 1:43.80. Comes past us for the first time, looking to see who's made the best of the starts. Oh, it was Colin Blackburn that I think was having problems on the inside. Reg Blackburn has been forced to go off into the centre green. That pit bend. At the moment, I'm assuming that's Colin Blackburn that's in second place, looking for them as they come round. And it is indeed Colin Blackburn and Eddie Elvis that have got to the front. Oh, they've just got Alan and John Pruitt in front of them. Very, very unfortunate for Reg Blackburn. I do think he has got some sort of problem with the machinery, but at the moment the scrap is on for this lead because Colin Blackburn and Eddie Elvis fighting their way through to try and take that lead. But at the moment, all eyes, I'm sure, Colin Blackburn is not letting up an inch. As he gets closer to Alan Blewett. He gets a much tighter line on this bottom bend. It's going to be a good scrap to the finish. Colin Blackburn has taken the lead as he comes past us. Alan and John Blewett still there in second. Len Foreman desperately trying to fight for that third place. Colin Blackburn has opened up a terrific gap. He comes into the pit bend for the last time. It looks as if Colin is definitely going to take a race victory. He comes to the line, and that's a great result for Colin Blackburn and Eddie Elvis. Alan and John Blewett take second. Good scrap for that third place, but it was indeed won by number 18 Paul Bickley and Kevin Riley. Leonard Ray Foreman finished. Knew I was going to fall into that trap sometime during the day. Len Foreman and Terry Madeley finishing in fourth place. Sidecar competition and a win for outfit number 25. That's Colin Blackburn and Eddie Elvis. In second place, number 3 is Alan and John Blewett. And in third place, our reserve coming in with number 18, Paul Bickley and Kevin Riley. Fourth place, number 149, Len Foreman and Terry Madeley. Fifth place, there are other reserve, number 303, Bob Bradley and Rob Walters. No sixth finisher there, the winning time 1:43.80, 1:43.80. In your programme, this is back to solos again. Come round off that first bend. He's working his way through. Tony Atkin has gone very, very wide. It's Colin Earl that's got to the front. Simon Cross is right there with him though. It's Colin Earl that's making the best of it. He's gone very wide on that pit bend. Simon Cross comes through on the inside. And as they go up that back straight, going extremely well in second place, was holding him off for a while. Tony Atkin looks over his shoulder. That was a problem on this first bend for Tony Atkin. Phil Knowles is up in fourth place at the moment. But as we look to that far side, Simon Cross looking terrific style, Simon Cross. It was great to see Simon back in the British Masters campaign last year. And it's terrific to see him in this sort of form. We suspected that he would go well on this type of track. He comes round off this top end. This is second ride, you remember. He goes towards the checkered flag. It's also going to be his second win this afternoon. Good ride from Colin Earl in second place. Tony Atkin finishing in third. A good scrap going on for this fourth place. And hanging on to it is number 15, Phil Knowles. No competition and a win. His second this afternoon for number 14, Simon Cross. In second place, number 11, that's Colin Earl. And third place, number 10, Tony Atkin. In fourth place, number 15 is Phil Knowles. And fifth place, number 86, Andy Rimmer. Sixth place, number 87. Seventh place, number 65. Eighth place, number 37. Ninth place, number 36. And the winning time, 1:22.30. 1:22.30, that winning time. Making the best of that start. Well, indeed it is Trevor Banks who's got Trevor's got the inside, Clayton on the outside. Clayton Williams picks that front wheel up and just gets the edge coming past me. Trevor Banks though goes after him into that pit bend. He's forced to go the wide way round, but he's just as quick as Clayton as they stay together down that bottom bend, and Trevor Banks finds some grip as well coming out of the bend. Inside, a terrific scrap between these two. Trevor Banks on his inside, but he won't mind that. He He loves those wide, fast lines. Trevor trying to desperately stay with him. Knows he's got to pick up a recovery of points on that disastrous first ride. You can still qualify with 4 rides. Missing out on 1 if you get 3. That's exactly what Trevor will be after. And he's away, but thankfully now opening up the throttle and he powers past us. Into the last lap already. They're very, very quick, these machines, this afternoon. Still that battle for the front, but Clayton Williams looks down to a 1 inch to go straight. One more from the negotiate for Clayton Williams. He's come towards this checkered flag, and that's going to be his this afternoon. He looks pleased with it. Trevor takes second. Coming round for 3rd place is rider number 3, John Pepper. It's heat 6 in your programme of the solo competition, and it was a win for rider number 70, that's Clayton Williams. In 2nd place, rider number 2, Trevor Banks. In 3rd place, number 3, that's John Pepper. And in 4th place, number 711, Darren Pugh. 5th place goes to rider number 90. 6th place, number 16. 7th place, number 77. 8th place, 21. 9th place, number 9. And the winning time, 1:22.49. 1:22.49. Distinctive leathers of Simon Wigg. They've got to the front once again. Comments this morning were that he's disastrous getting out of the gate at the moment, but he makes up for it over the rest of the circuit. What can he do against Simon Wigg then? As it is those two that have got Jason Handley pursuing after them, as Simon Wigg leads from Paul Fry at the moment, but Paul goes after him down that back straight. That won it. He's going desperately after Simon Wigg. Simon trying to prove that he's capable of winning this event outright. Jason Handley in 3rd place at the moment, not losing ground on those front two as Paul Fry challenges for the lead. Terrific bottom turn for Paul Fry. Simon Wigg not letting him go to go into this top end. Will Simon cut back underneath? That's exactly what he's done, and Paul Fry looks over his shoulder. He knows that Simon's there on the inside of him. One more lap to complete as those two again get together as they go down the back straight. Terrific ride from Paul Fry. He's head down that back straight. Trying like every ounce of power that he possibly can and make sure he does come off the surface as he goes into the checkered flag. That's a brilliant victory for Paul Fry. Simon Wigg in 2nd place. Jason Handley in 3rd spot. And he wasn't too far away from them as well, was he? Mark Taylor up in 4th place and Peter Lloyd finishing in 5th. It was heat 7 of the solo competition, and what a cracker it turned out to be. A brilliant victory for number 55, that's Paul Fry. In 2nd place, number 25, Simon Wigg. In 3rd place, number 95, Jason Handley. 4th place, number 170, Mark Taylor. And in 5th place, number 4, Peter Lloyd. 6th place there, number 51 was Adrian Stevens, and 7th place, number 60, Scott Nichols. 8th place, number 53. 9th place, number 5, and 10th place, number 188. The winning time, the fastest we've seen so far this afternoon, 1:19.95. 1:19.95, the quickest time we've seen so far this afternoon. It is getting extremely quick. very distinctive figure of Kelvin Tatum as he's head down and already oh, can Jeremy Doncaster stay with the flying Kelvin Tatum? Oh, indeed, Jeremy Doncaster can stay with him because he's gone through on the inside of Kelvin Tatum. Terrific ride from Jeremy Doncaster. Brilliant ride this from Jeremy Doncaster, and Kelvin Tatum goes extremely wide. Vince Kinchin it is in third place at the moment, and the gap really is starting to open between Jeremy Doncaster and Kelvin Tatum. Well, the machinery sounds on song, but it does appear to be shutting off very, very quickly going into the bend. So whether he's conscious of a problem with that machinery, I'm not sure. But I certainly don't want to take it away from Jeremy Doncaster, because this is going to be a fabulous victory for him. He had a second place first time out, and as he comes towards the checkered flag, it's going to be a race for him. Kelvin Tatum takes second place, Vince Kinchin takes third, and Richard Empson finishing in fourth. So I mentioned earlier that if you didn't want to worry about keeping the points, then don't worry, because we've got point scorers sitting behind me here that will keep us totally up to date. Result as it was a win for rider number 6, that's Jeremy Doncaster. In second place, number 1, Kelvin Tatum. In third place, 844, Vince Kinchin. Fourth place, number 141, Ricky Ebsen. In fifth place, number 27, Ricky Scarborough. And sixth place, number 83. Seventh place, number 72. Eighth place, number 19. Winning time, 120.56, 120.56. Underway, we'll see if anybody else has as they get underway and come past me for the first time as Colin has got to the front. John Halsey is right there with him, Gary Jackson on the outside as they all come together in that first turn. While they're getting themselves sorted out of this, Colin still after him in second place, John Halsey up there in third spot, and again Ivor Matthews has got a lot of work to do from that fifth place. But at the front, holding a very, very tight line, is Colin Blackburn and Eddie Elvis. Pete Goodwin now trying to get up the inside of everybody as he's moved up on third place, John Halsey. John Halsey saying, I'm having none of that, and a great ride once again from Colin Blackburn and Eddie Elvis as they come round that pit bend. Gary Jackson opting for a much tighter line this time to see if he can get a bit more grip as he's closed right up on Colin Blackburn. And he's certainly in a position to pounce now as he goes round the outside. He's gone very, very wide. Colin Blackburn sees him and responds to it. As they go down they have just one more pit bend to go. Now remember, Gary was very quick coming off this pit bend. He's going very, very wide. He's going to try and cut the axis back across this finishing straight. But as Colin comes through on the inside, it's going to be close and very, very close on the line. Whoa! Well, I'm sitting in a nice position here next to our finishing marshal. And I'm saying that flag. Shouldn't get carried away with myself, should I? Because the checkered flag comes out this time. As you can see, once again, it is going to be close as they come to the line. Gary Jackson takes the race win, though. Well, I shouldn't try and cut the races short, should I, when it's getting that exciting? But oh, terrific sidecar racing once again, and I mentioned about gear changing and tyre changing. Perhaps I'm sure Gary Jackson has sorted something out. A win for number 23, of course, Gary Jackson and Mick Stays. Their first win of the afternoon. In second place, number 25, Colin Blackburn and Eddie Elvis. In third place, number 13, John Halsey and Jason Glennie. Fourth place, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Ian Weatherly. In fifth place, number 111, Pete Goodwin and Carl Pugh. And in sixth place, number 18, that's a reserve that's come in, Paul Bickley and Kevin Riley. The winning time, 141.71, 141.71. and looking for another good start, and it is Rob Wilson that's made it. So Rob Wilson, with a win first time, gets himself to the front of the field as they come round off that first turn and down the second place. And number 24, Rob Wilson and Tony Miles, it is that lead as they come round past us, having a good day so far. There's problems for Robbie Wilson though as he pulls out. Gary Jackson goes wide and around him. That got very tight for a few moments, but Gary Jackson got away. Gary Jackson. In front of us with problems. But as we look to the front, we can see Rob Wilson and Tony Miles having it all their own way at the moment. Len Foreman and Terry Madley in second place. Steve and Gary Wright in third place at the moment. Tony Miles really looking in terrific form this afternoon. Obviously, their preparation. And Len Foreman still there in second place, Steve Wright in third, John Hiscock in fourth place at the moment, and Reg Blackburn in front. As you see the checker flag being prepared, Rob Wilson's going to be very good. 1, 2 wins as he comes towards us. He indeed shakes the checkered flag. Steve and Gary Wright finishing in second place. Len Foreman and Terry Madley in third. John Hiscock and Matt Sleep finishing in fourth. What reads as a win for rider number 24, that's Rob Wilson and passenger Tony Miles. In second place, number 149, Len Foreman and Terry Madley. In third place, number 10, Steve and Gary Wright. Fourth place, number 184, John Hiscock and Matt Sleep. Fifth place, number 26, that's Reg Blackburn and Paul Whitelum. The winning time, 141.46, 141.46. Of the sidecar event, and it's Peter Jones that's made a terrific start this time. So Peter Jones goes into that first bend leading from, come round the outside, the outfits come together, goes streaking after Peter Jones and Will Jones. Into the pit bend they come, and Mark Edwards looking for an inside line. That's a terrific turn from Mark Edwards. I don't know whether he's got enough to get it. Indeed he has. There's Mark Edwards and Nick Waters that go to the front, but they've overshot that top bend. Pete Jones and Will Jones come back at them. Also there's a battle for third place. Roger Mesa hanging on into third. You can see the battle that's going on in front of him. Peter and Will Jones in second place. Watch Mark Edwards go away from them. It's Alan and John Blewett that were in that fourth place that Roger Mesa was fighting with. And now as they close up on this top bend, Edwards has been he comes around that pit bend. 4 laps to go after that very disappointing first heat. He'll be much more pleased with this ride. So we watch him go down that back straight. I can tell him on that second. Lengths indeed. Struggling with the outfit as he goes into this pit bend. Edwards and Nick Waters, though, that's exactly what they needed. Good ride from Pete and Will Jones. Roger Mesa and Shane Lapham not looking happy as Alan and John Blewett finish in fourth place. It was heat 6 of the solo sidecar competition, I should say, and a win. His first of the afternoon for outfit number 8, Mark Edwards and Nick Waters. In second place, number 14, Peter Jones and Will Jones. In third place, number 51, Roger Mesa and Shane Lapham. In fourth place, number 3, Alan and John Blewett. In fifth place, number 12, Tim Bennett. And in sixth place, number 303, that's on reserve, Bob Radley. The The winning time was 140.95, 140.95.